don't know whether it's chilly or whether it wants to rain. It ain't no sun, but that's the typical Florida bipolar weather. I don't know what's going on out here today. I thought that flip was upside down. Anyway, yeah. So my Glock 45 Gen 6 has been a part of my shooting throughout the end of my range days because I've been enjoying it so much. So after I'm done doing whatever it is I'm doing, I usually put probably about 5 magazines through it before I actually leave. That's roughly about 100 rounds. And we are coming up to right above our 1,000 rounds with the Glock 45 Gen 6 chambered in 9mm. And I am loving it more and more and more and more. All right, so how do I feel about my Glock 45 Gen 6 after the 1,000 rounds and me actually, becoming one with this pistol? We know that I have been really enjoying the, I got to get my headset. I've really been enjoying the 19, and I actually have been carrying that 19 for, it's been, well, I've added it to my rotation, so it's been in my rotation for a little minute now. And my 45, it's definitely feeling it. I cannot wait for them to decide whether they're going to do the 19X in a Gen 6 with the threaded barrel and all that extra stuff, because I need it. Are y'all listening? I need that. So with that being said, we are in a controlled, a safe and controlled environment. We are at the gun range, Immokalee Range and Gun Club to be exact. And this video is for educational purposes only. All right, so we're going to talk. We're going to walk it out. We're going to, shoot it out. I want y'all to tell me what y'all see. I want to know how many of y'all actually went out and got a Gen 6, or how many of y'all were like, oh, it's the same shit. I'm not even going to get into it because it's the same thing. Me personally, I don't feel like it's the same thing. It's a totally different feel between the Gen 5 and the Gen 6. So it's highly recommended because I like it. I like it. All right, so with that being said, we know where we are, we know what we're doing. The only thing left now to do is what? Suit them up so we can send them down range. They partying next door. You hear them? You got that little music going? All right, so first magazine. If you have not seen my full review on this handgun, please make sure that you go back and check it out so you can get the understanding as to what's changed between the Gen 5s and the Gen 6 and why it is that I now enjoy them so much. So make sure that you check that out. Because they have been showing out. Pistless Clear magazine is empty with the Gen 6s. Now, I did run a variety of ammo through it. I feel like for me right now, the 115 grain is probably the most comfortable and what it is that I am enjoying shooting thus far through this. And yeah. She feels so good. Now, this is that decompressing after the range day, after you did whatever it is you're doing, you're training, you're running and gunning, and you just want to kind of like decompress a little bit. This is what you pull out and take a few shots with. Because not only does she feel good in the hand, Pistless Pure magazine is empty, she is that workhorse. She is that girl. She is that baby. And she will give you what it is that you're looking for as far as grip texture, comfortability, and of course, you still have that crazy aftermarket support with the Glock. And yeah, so that's one thing that a lot of Glockers bank on with me, especially before I got into the Glock evolution. They were telling me, well, yo, this is what it is. These are the reasons. You can do whatever. Yes, I understand, and I highly appreciate that. Very much so, especially, well, let me see this little target here. Yeah. I can appreciate those abilities for that. But the ability to be able to find anything. You didn't want to toss it to me? For these handguns. So now that I've kind of, like stepped into the space a little bit, and that target sounds better. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. Now that I've stepped into the space a little bit, now we can talk, we can have a conversation, we can relate just a little bit about what it is that's so is sought after. No. Yeah, I guess it would be sought after. Why is Glock so sought after? Why are there so many people that enjoy it so much? Even before the changes. But hey, I don't know, tell me. All right, so in case you haven't seen it yet or you forgot, let me just tell you what it is that I enjoy about this so much. The extra aggressive serrations in the slide, super much more pronounced. We still riding with them same crappy Glock sights, but hey, that's not here nor there. We do have an extended slide drop on here, extended magazine release. She's hot. One pick slot space, oversized trigger guard with a nice undercut on this trigger guard as well, and the stipple. Let's not forget about how enjoyable this new stipple is on here, and of course those memory pads or gas pedals, whatever it is.
Right here.
Oh, okay, I'll tell you in a second. That is probably one of the most enjoyable parts of this Gen 6 situation. Yeah, see that burn? That comes from a 50 BMG shell. Yeah. All right. Most enjoyable for me is the actual frame of this. All right. I know you didn't want to go to catch the video really quick because you wanted to stay to watch this one. But when we're done, check out the full review so you can get the full situation on here. All right. We got a couple little dangly plates. Huh? A couple little hangy danglies there. And that looks quite chiquito. Let's take some shots on that and see how that manages. Now that it's swinging, now that she's swinging, damn. All right, pistol is clear, magazine is empty. Let me see just a little bit distance. Let me see from right here. There you go. Trigger ain't the best, but hey, it's better than those Gen 5 triggers for sure. So, if you are also like me, feeling like that Glock trigger was not the greatest, they've called this Gen 6 trigger the flat trigger. It has a different shoe housing or shoe on that trigger, and pistol is clear, magazine is empty. So it gives a little bit more of a different feeling when you're actually engaging it. Let's do a quick clear check. Let me show you. You see that? See how it looks? It doesn't look completely flat, but it does. This is what they call it. They call it a flat trigger, how it comes down and it kind of hooks a little bit. It's not that that old nasty ugly trigger they had before. She's hot. She's caliente. overall, such a beautiful shoot. The aggression in the grip, as you can see, I'm probably over gripping, but the way that it anchors into the palm of your hand, it's such a secure feeling that Pistols Clear magazine is empty. I really, really enjoy. Let's watch for recoil. I'm not gonna shoot at anything in particular. We're just gonna watch the run on the pistol, okay? Watch the trigger. How was that? How did that recoil look? Pretty flat? No? Pistols Clear magazine is empty. So, how did that recoil look? Did it look jumpy? Was she bucking? Or was she pretty stable? Let me know. Get these last few rounds here. It's so easy to go through 100 rounds. So easy. Just that quick, we are coming into 150 rounds. Just like that. So, and we're actually shooting. We're not just, you know what I'm saying, mag dumping. So, it's quite easy to get out here and blow some rounds. We're not going to call it blow. We're going to call it practice. We're going to call it shooting. And Pistol is Clear magazine is empty. I know y'all probably don't give a damn, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's been a minute since I've got my uñas done, and yeah, I remember now why I stopped. Yeah, comfortability is something definitely I'm gonna have to get used to again, shooting with nails. But hey, yeah, the Glock 45 Gen 6. To me, in my opinion, if the Gen 6 is as good as it is, y'all know that Gen 7 will be here soon. Or are they going to complete their lineup before they get to a different gen, which would only make sense for them to continue to finish out the numbers, for them to do another generation. But I can tell you, I have been really, I think I'm going to get me a 17 and see how I like that as well. But as far as this goes, my 45 as well as my 19, it's great. But I want to know, I'm more interested in knowing how it is that you feel about yours. Or like I said, do you feel like, no, I'm not going to continue to give Glock my money for them not to give me anything back? That's how I felt. That's how that I only got them because y'all requested them. And I really wanted to give y'all that review on them firearms. But yes. So with that being said, Yo Gang, what did y'all think? What did y'all see? How did y'all feel? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. I'm interested to know. But me, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel just by watching this video. And like I said, but for me, I love it when things work, but I love y'all for life. Muchos besitos.